Hello again. King of Bad Explanations here. Let me try again at explaining my game, okay? This game is a bit like Risk, but with no luck involved. It's a board game where you'll be strategically deploying cards to conquer and defend territories. The core idea. You'll have a map divided into lands, similar to regions on a Risk board. The goal is to claim and hold these lands, expanding your influence and eventually defeating your opponents. Your army unit cards. Instead of just dice rolls, you'll be using different types of cards as your forces. There are two main types. Each unit has an AC, armor class, which shows how much armor it has. They also have HP, health points, representing how much damage they can take. AP, armor penetration, is another key stat indicating how well your unit can pierce an enemy's armor. DMG, damage, is also a factor. This is how much health a unit removes from an enemy during a successful attack, but is halved if an opponent's AC is too high. All these stats, AC, HP, AP, and DMG, are rated from 1, which is bad, to 10, which is best, though HP can go higher than 10. Support cards. These are utility cards that do not stay on the battlefield. They can be used for various purposes like healing your units, dealing damage to enemies, providing buffs, positive effects, or debuffs, negative effects, to units. Some can even be used to destroy other support cards. If a support card is played, it goes back into your army deck, assuming it hasn't been destroyed, and can be played again, but in a different battle. Important card rules. If a card's HP drops to 0, it's permanently killed and goes into the graveyard, a stack of dead cards, unless it's revived by a support card. Once in the graveyard, it's out of play for the rest of the game. Cards also have a cost and traits. Cost, which is located at the top right of a card, indicates how much land it needs to be put onto the battlefield. Traits, located just under the card picture, are the classification of the card to indicate its role on the battlefield. The game board and lands. The game board is a map divided into lands, each labelled with a letter and a number, like A1, A2, etc. You'll start by choosing your HQ, headquarters, location on the board. This is decided before the game begins. Losing your HQ means you lose the game. Claiming lands. To claim a land, you and your opponent will point to a land at the same time. If you point to an unoccupied and uncontested land, you can claim it without a fight. To claim a new land, it must be bordering one of your already claimed lands. When you claim a land, you get a land token. Land tokens as currency. Land tokens are your currency in this game. Cards have a cost in land tokens to deploy them. For example, if a card costs 2 land, you spend 2 land tokens to put it on the field. Don't worry if you run out of land tokens in a turn. All your spent land tokens are replenished at the start of your next turn. However, you can't spend more land tokens than the number of lands you currently control. So, if you only have 2 lands, you can only use a maximum of 2 land tokens in a battle. Combat. Combat starts when 2 players point to the same contested territory, you try to attack an enemy's territory, an enemy attacks your territory, or both players vote on each other's territory. Before battle, you'll select cards from your army deck to bring into the battle. Try to create a balanced force with different card types, but also be mindful of not bringing in too many cards in case you lose them. Each player starts a battle with 10 HP. If your HP drops to 0, you lose the battle. If you have no units on the game board, the enemy can directly attack your HP. Battle order. Attackers go first. If both players are trying to claim the same unoccupied land or target each other's lands simultaneously, you flip a coin to see who goes first. There are 3 phases in a battle. Deploy phase. This is where you'll spend your land tokens to deploy units onto the battlefield. Remember, units usually can't attack on the same turn that they're deployed. Attack phase. You pick your units that you want to attack. Then, you choose an opponent's card to attack. Important. Only one of your cards can attack one of your opponent's cards at a time. Also, you cannot have multiple units attack the same opponent's card in one turn. Once a card has attacked, it cannot defend your HP that turn, so be strategic about who you send into battle. Prepare phase. This is the final phase of your turn. Spend all your remaining land to prepare for the imminent attack from your opponent. If the battle isn't going well, you can choose to pick up your remaining units and retreat, but you'll forfeit the land. If you win the battle, you get to claim the land and receive the land token. This is just a quick tutorial to get you started. It's a game all about a good mix of strategy, resource management, and tactical card combat. Good luck, and have fun.